And another day, we're gonna do work on all the lights. You've seen how we improved the front end by installing this bumper, putting these fancy fog lights in. Now we need to get rid of this and make it look more of a matching to this, or appealing to the overall look of our Wrangler project. You see these holes, they're not supposed to be here. They're supposed to be lights. Turn signal here with marker light, another marker light over here. Remember, we changed this whole, all of the flares, and I decided that new marker lights should go in. The other ones were broken. Now, the back, the tail lights, I've decided that I'm going to do a couple of improvements here. However, I want to keep the original tail light for now, and soon you're gonna see why. And also, I would like to improve the appearance of the tail of the car. So I have decided that I'm gonna do a project with the rear bumper as well. But specifically, it's going to receive LED lights. Yeah, the metal bumper is gonna receive LED lights. And a couple of little things. Let's just watch. You know, it's going to be interesting. Let's take this old headlight off. Old with a reflective lens. And another one. Aftermarket fender flares are not perfect, unfortunately, so I need to modify, well, this hole, you can call it modify. I need to cut a couple of corners, directly speaking. This one is in. One more little thing. Right side, same thing. Cut a few corners. I trimmed it a little bit here. Let's test it. I need to cut here a little bit. Need to shim this hole up and to the left. This nut slash washer goes in the back. Hand tighten it if you can. And the last thing I want to do for the headlights, besides taking the plastic off, is put these original, I call them chrome rings. So I guess it's bezels or whatever. They originally came with the car. I took them off. I saved them, so to speak. And the other side. Now we are in the back. This is what I was telling you about modifying rear bumper. Let's find the middle. I decided to take a little break and show you this Buick Skylark, I think. Yeah, this is 1972. So you see it's being separated from the frame. I showed you previously the frame. It was sandblasted and cleaned and primed. Now the body of the car. Body work. Everything is getting re-welded. You know, rotted metal is being cut out and replaced with a better one. But look at this. This is right here the floor from that car. Alright, this is the floor. Now, here's what's going on with the floor. It's just being replaced. Look, the whole thing has been completely replaced. So this floor was bought complete. Yeah, you can still buy cars, parts for these cars, but pieces like this, sometimes you see there's a hole here. And here we fabricated some piece of metal to replace the floor. And all around the body got touched up, welded in different places. What was here before? Before there was a fiberglass. It really looked awful. Maybe it was, it was performed. That type of work was performed probably in like, I don't know, 80s, 90s. But now you can see what kind of work is being done. You have to really replace metal with metal. By the way, look, this is inside the trunk. Yeah, pretty decent condition, surprisingly. The whole thing got disassembled, and it's not in such a bad shape for a 72. Not such a great shape for a New York car as well. I'll try to show you more progress on this project. Well, it's not really a project, it's just a job some other time. But let's get back to our Jeep. So I cut one hole a little too small, so I had to grind it around. Pretty tight in here. Now the other hole I cut too big. Well, too big meaning that it's not tight in there. It's just falls in there, so, which is fine too. However, to make it easier for myself with the hardware, because I would have to drill holes on both sides to put screws or basically screws and nuts through. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use silicone to hold it in place, and that's it. And then once it dries, I'm gonna drill these holes and put screws through. As far as the taillights go, all I need to do right now is wash them. They were pretty dirty inside. Too much dust. The seals are getting old. You know the deal. Start leaking. Now, let's do a small restoration and a little modification. So I want to tint it a little. Now let's wait. So after paint dried, we're taking these covers and going towards our Jeep, and let's try to install these. I don't know why I say try when I just have to install them. Oops. I have to take the screws out first. And the other side. And the third brake light too. There's like a padding underneath. And, you know, it can be a little bit tricky when you're torquing it. Let's summarize the work that I did today in almost whole work day. Headlights, front lights with turn signals, corner lights, spotlights with brackets, tail lights, bumper lights, and that's all. So you can comment and let me know whether you like what you see or not, or maybe there's something else that's on your mind that you would like to suggest. However, I have one question. Do you like these chrome bezels for the headlights or not? If not, maybe you can suggest something like tinting it, changing it, or something else. It would be interesting to know. Thank you. So the job of connecting our lights, new lights, is done, is completed. So as you see, these lights right here are connected to a separate switch. They can be strobe lights in case somebody will ever decide to put a plow on this to plow the snow. However, it's up to the new owner of this car if somebody wants to buy it, by the way. Spotlights work, they have a separate switch. All these lights are new. Headlights work perfect. They really make a big difference comparing to the factory headlights. It just happened to be that the fog lights that I installed here, they're great. However, one ended up being defective. So right now, replacement is on its way. Unfortunately, we only had one box left of this particular model, and I really like them. They really make a big difference on the road. So, I mean, overall, lights plus exterior work that we did really match great the way I think. I even asked people about this trim, which kept chrome, the only chrome part in the car. Some people like it, some people don't really like it, but they don't hate it. You know, everybody thinks, you know, their own thing about it. And we decided to keep it on the car, unless somebody who buys this car will decide they want something else here done. Now, let's walk to the back. As far as the back here, these lights, I decided to keep stock. Got a little bit of a tint spray on it, I think that's what it's called, which makes this whole theme of the truck in the back look really nice. Why? These are clear. These are backup lights. These what make you see what's going on in the back when you backing up somewhere. And the backup lights that were here, now they're strobing for extra safety, which I think it's pretty interesting too. You know, you put in reverse, this is strobing, everybody sees you, and this helps you to light up the way. Hours, if not days. But I'm satisfied with the appearance of this Jeep. Everything matches together. Wheels, lights, you know, beautiful. I'm satisfied. All the brakes work, all the lights work, everything works fine. Turn signals, great. It was a really nice project. I wish that whoever buys this Jeep next is gonna continue with some other work, like interior, for example. There's a lot that could be done to that to make it perfect.